Hey everyone, how you doing? Thought I'd have a little chit-chat. I got to thinking, Sandy Mom thinking? Imagine that. Yeah, I do a lot of that. So I started thinking, all the problems that are going on in the world. And of course, why? Of course, we know why. I mean, this stress that everyone's been under, it's so abnormal. I don't think anyone in our lifetimes has lived through this. I mean, there have been people who are fortunate that they're still alive, that they could talk about like the Great Depression, perhaps. It's awful they had to go through it, but in generality, that wasn't the word I was looking for, but anyhow, most of us haven't had to live through this, so it probably causes a lot of stress, anxiety, depression, whatever it is you suffer through or never did and do now. And I started thinking, why are people the way they are? Because a lot I hear, especially when the few times I get to go to the grocery store, like I had mentioned before, one of my kids always said, why do people always come up and talk to you? And I said, I don't know. Well, prior to mask, I would always smile at people, which I guess in this day and age is not as simple as, back in the day when you can go to the store with your mom, with your friend, and you can be in the toy department, and mom and her mom could be in another department. Well, those days are long gone. But I just always would smile at people. I always just thought, if it brightened up their day, I felt good about it. So maybe that was it. But also I have like an open kind of personality. People just feel, I don't know, maybe I have some glow. I don't know what it is, but people just feel to come up to me. And so I was thinking, when I said the few times I get to go to the grocery store, get there, the cashiers are always talking to me again. And I guess I'm open, I'm receptive to people talking to me. I don't know what it is, but that's what happens. So they're like how there's so many people they come across that are so mean and angry and all. And then I would say, I know, I've noticed that too. I said, I'm going through a really rough time. My son has a bad health. I have bad health. I said, but that's no one's problem. I don't take it out on other people. I said, but it seems like people, and even if they are problem free, there are people that are problem free. They're just, maybe what's going on isn't a problem to them. I don't know. They might have maids and butlers and nannies. I don't know. It's all different people. But anyhow, I started thinking about self-love. And I'm sure you've probably heard about it. For a while, there was a whole, I don't want to say campaign, but kind of, that was the thing, the fad. So I think it is, there's the category of the people that self-love themselves way too much. And therefore, that causes, this is just my opinion. I'm nobody here, just giving my opinion. They just have so much self-love for themselves that they don't give a crap about anyone else. And I think that's a large proportion of our population. And this was even before this happened. Because I noticed when another tragedy years ago, which we just celebrated the anniversary of it, happened, right after that, people were really nice. Like, back then I had, little kids, several, one in each hand, one by my, holding on my leg, and people would open doors, and, it was, but for a while, after a while it wore off, but they really changed for a bit. But now I have not, of course, we don't go around anywhere, but the few doctor's offices we had to go for the lab, I have also noticed mean people, like I've talked about, and other people have said about doctors, and, they're just, people aren't nice. And I think those are the people that have way too much self-love for themselves and no room for... You can love a person without being in love, if you understand. I don't know. I hope I got the point across. So we as humans love each other to the point of being nice, being kind, being caring. Like, you see that little old man, which I have a soft spot in my heart. I don't know why, because the two men in my life were not those nice little men. Well, the first one wasn't bad, but you know what I mean? They wouldn't grow up to be them. They both needed to grow up. But anyhow, I hope I made it clear. So there's the people that have a lot of self-love, and then there's the people that don't. And I'm sure we all know those kind of people. And I think, just my opinion, I think when you're very busy, mom of many maybe, you don't have the time to really concentrate on yourself. I know for me, lately the doctors have been saying to me, the only thing that they've all said that's the same, besides we don't know what's wrong with you, is you have to take care of yourself. Which, being a mom, I always put myself last. So it's just an example. But there are just people that, just can't stand life, the world, themselves. They're overwhelmed. Like, I know this person that, I think I told the story once. They got kicked out of grammar school or something, and they couldn't go to school with their friends, and then they grew up. They were older than me, much older, but they would blame everything in their lives on that. I mean, now they're, I don't know, pushing 70. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing if you're lucky enough to be pushing 70 or older, but they still blame that. And I think I've shared before about, my childhood, that I had to grow up in poverty. And my mom used to say the furnace kept breaking, but I knew it was getting shut off. That made me stronger for whatever reason. I don't know why. I mean, I could have used that as, oh, my life sucks because of every winter our furnace got shut off and my mom said it was broken or whatever, I mean, she didn't do that in a vindictive way. She just didn't want me to worry, but maybe that's why I worry a lot, because I had a lot to worry then. So I've kind of spun around off the topic. But anyhow, so are you a self-love person, or are you a not self-love? And I was also thinking, I've been watching videos, of course, because what else do you have to do when you're home and you can't do anything because it tires you out to the point of wanting to faint and you overheat. But some people equate self-love with, some of the bloggers, well, all the rich bloggers, they're like, oh, self-love is getting a manicure and pedicure. Not saying nothing's wrong with that, but like a lot, excessively, getting your hair blown out. What does that even mean, to get a blowout? I don't know. I have no clue. What, they dry your hair for you and that's called a blowout? I don't know. If anyone knows, please let me know. But going to the hairdresser, coloring your hair, going to the spa, having a spa weekend with the girls, and and nothing against it. If you got that extra money and you can throw it to do that, that's fine. Me as a mom, if I even had it, I wouldn't do it. I would feel guilty. I don't know why. Do I not feel like I am worthy enough? I don't know. Maybe it's the last several years, what I've gone through, being banged into the ground like a nail by you-know-who. I don't know. But anyhow, I think that's what makes our world the place it is. Because if more people had somewhere in the middle of too much self-love and no self-love, something in the middle. So you care enough about yourself to care for other people. And that's what's missing in our world. That's just my observation. And obviously before all this happened in the world, Polly and I went all around. We went all over. Like every year, when we finally found the sunflowers, we said we were going to do that every year. And it seemed like the next year, the whole world went, upside down, sideways, the wrong way. Everything's wrong. We haven't gone back to that. We used to go pick every berry that was in season. We picked it because you save money that way. You freeze it. You make freezer jam or whatever you make. I miss all that. We don't do it. And what that has to do with the topic at hand, I don't know. But anyhow, you can comment below. Do you have self-love or do you not? Do you agree with what my thoughts are? Nobody's thoughts are right or wrong. They're just their thoughts. So while I was thinking of that, I had saw something somewhere, probably on the internet, because I don't have magazines. I used to have magazine subscriptions, like, when the kids were in school, you'd buy them, buy from them, or Scouts or whatever. But anyhow, it must have been somewhere I read it. So I'm going to take, I might be able to take it. I was going to use the light, but I think I could read it. So I don't really know what this is. Well, it has to do with loving others, I guess, which I talked about. If you have the middle ground of, self-love, which makes you care, makes you want to care for others. And I am that kind of person. I'm a, it's not the right word, caregiver. A caregiver. some people go overboard. Well, not now, I can't, but before, you know, like I said, in our first marriage, we helped a lot of people anonymously, and I am. I mean, even now, if the world wasn't the way it was before it was, I would always, you know, if I saw someone in the grocery store, an older person or someone who I felt needed help, I would help. I'm a caregiver type personality. But anyhow, I saw this thing and it made me think of, well, not happy thoughts, because obviously what's going on with me, I'm getting worse, and then I worry. Of course, y'all know I worry about my son. What would happen to him if something would happen to me? And I'm probably going to cry, because that's what I do best, because things touch my heart. So I'm going to see if I could read it without moving the candle, but you know what, I think I want the full effect, so I'm going to use you know, these aren't real candles. I don't know why my house is settling. My house is like over 60 years old. Just another little thing. So anyhow, this is what it says, and let's see if I get through it without crying. So it says, to my son, whenever you feel overwhelmed, always remember to pray on it, pray over it, but most of all, pray through it. Love, Mom. Gee, I got through it without crying. But I've seen this before, and I guess I was thinking about when I saw it before about, you know, I think it was actually before this happened to me. Sort of like, you know, like my mom isn't here, and every day, a day doesn't go by that, well, I've always, Polly always, him and I, kept her memory alive. My other kids, I don't know, whatever, out of sight, out of mind, I don't really know, I can't speak for them, but, Polly would always talk about Grandma before every day, not that much now, but he brings her up, and I always think of her, and now, more than ever, you know, when you need your mom, every day, I wish she was here. Not so much for, you know, I wouldn't want her to live through all this and seeing what's going on overseas, which reminds her of what she went through and all, but just to be here, to give me words of wisdom, because she was so strong. No matter what was going on in her life, she always would push through, and always, it's going to be better. The next day is going to be better. But, you know, I try to use that philosophy she had, but for me, each day gets worse. Each day, I get worse. But I keep pushing forward, and I keep saying that the candles are really crooked. I'm sorry. The phone is correct, but the candles look like they're going down the hill. Sorry. Anyhow, and I always think, oh, the next day will be better. The next day will be better. And it's not. But if I don't keep saying that, then there's no hope there. Once you lose hope, that's not good. So anyhow, out of all that, if you can, like, just summarize it, what I've said about me and who I am, who are you? Were you always that way? Did what's going on in the world change you? And what do you see where you live? Are people more kind, less kind, the same? Let me know. I hope you enjoy this video, and comment below what kind of videos would you like to see from me, because I have been getting some likes, thank you very much, but I don't get any comments, and it's just like, you know, sort of like analogy, back in the day when you would write letters. I love letters, when people would write before the internet came, or maybe the internet was here and I just didn't have it, but anyhow, it's like I feel like I'm writing a letter and I'm not getting a response back. Not that anyone has to comment, but it would be nice, because when I'm done with the video, I am so out of breath, I'm so tired, I'm so hot, and I put so much into it, and I've been trying so hard to get up to 1,000 subs, and, you know, I don't have money. I can't show you any, you know, like these big vloggers go on vacations and road trips and go around the world and Disney, and we just have what we have right now. I just have my candle, because this is just the easiest for me, because I'm so hot. Hopefully, you know, again, hopefully, I say that, I don't just say it like, well, hopefully I'll just keep saying it. I really hope as the weather gets cooler, I can do back to Sandy Sweets, cook with me's and stuff, but I'm telling you truthfully, I don't know if I can, because we've had some cool days, and I have no energy at all from being hot 24/7 for over 13 months now, but I still have hope. So let me know the questions I asked, if you have any answers, but I would appreciate comments. it just feels like I'm doing this for nothing. But like I said, give me ideas. What would you, people used to like these kind of little sit-down things I used to do and talk. Let me know what you'd like to see. Like I said, I can't travel anywhere. I can't show you wonderful, beautiful sights from around the world, I'm lucky I can make it to a grocery store. But, I have a lot to share, thoughts, things, let me know. So for now, don't forget to be kind to people. You don't know what they're going through. Be kind to yourself. Show yourself grace. Again, there will be self-love. And let me know how you're doing. There's people I haven't heard from in a long time. I don't want to call them out like you're in school and getting in trouble. But where are you? How you doing? Just say hi. Let me know how you're doing, because what I do best is worry. And don't forget to hit the like button if you like my video. Comment what you'd like to see. My mouth is so dry I barely can talk. And just, if you can comment, it would really be nice. I feel like I would be getting a letter back. So for now, most importantly, stay safe, live life to the fullest, and thanks for stopping by. Bye for now.